Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly online team training call. Where are we? Tuesday, the 17th of January. We worked out yesterday that we're just over 90 days before GTC. Woohoo! So like 3 months in Vegas. So think about where you want to be before Vegas this year. And they talk in network marketing about having like a 90-day game plan, this 90-day kind of blitz of activity. So I think this time of year is a great time to do a really 90-day blitz. And some of the top network marketers do that once a year, and it sets them up for the rest of the year and moves them forward in their business. And then I thought, yeah, this kind of January, February, March time is a really good time to really knuckle down and do that blitz your business. So just thought I'd have that in. So yeah, I'm going to, a little bit of housekeeping before I just hand over to our incredible speakers. So next week, I had the opportunity to have a guest speaker and do a Zoom call for us, which I couldn't turn down. So I've squeezed in, we've got an extra call at 8 o'clock till 8:30 next Tuesday. So it is going to be a bit of a Zoom marathon for those on the boot camp. So we've got us a call at 8 till 8:30 with special guest speaker. Here he is, Brett Parks, the Miracle Man. So Brett Parks was in the Navy, and he actually got shot during a mugging. So somebody was being mugged and he went over to help them, and the mugger shot him, and he's lost his kidney, part of his spleen, his leg, obviously his right leg. And so he's written a book called Brett Parks' Miracle Man, A Bullet That Ignited a Purpose-Filled Life. So he's really rebuilt his life from that experience. And he's now an Arbonne consultant, which is incredible. He's competed in the Invictus Games, which is games, I think Prince Harry has something to do with the Invictus Games, which is games for post kind of war veterans. And as you can see, he was a personal trainer in the Navy, and he's a very fit athlete now. And he's using our Arbonne shakes. I've asked him if he would do a call about his story and on our nutrition. And he's like, yeah, he's when I looked him up and looked his bio up, he's pretty famous. He's written a book, and he's been all in America. He's very well known, and he lives in Jacksonville, Florida. So he's agreed to do a call for us on Tuesday, 8 o'clock our time next week. So I thought that'd be awesome. I thought, and be great to get his feedback on the nutrition. So there we go. That's my special announcement. And now I'll stop sharing my screen. I'm going to hand over to Emma and Executive District Manager, Emma Dickinson, incredible Arbonne consultant, sponsored by Laura Leggett. And Emma has a regional vice president in her team, a really strong team. Area manager, Alison Hutchinson, who is a 2 times AIT trip achiever, earning the incentive trip twice. Last year, Bahamas, Atlantis, the year before the Caribbean cruise. She's earned Arizona before. And I have numerous things you've earned, Alison, in your journey with Arbonne. And they are training this evening on, I did have it right in front of me. I've lost it now. The name she gave me, the goal setting. Sorry, guys. Here it is, goal setting your way to success. So seamlessly handing over. Can you unmute yourselves? We can hear you.
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Are you unmuted, Emma?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, over to you guys.
So we'll both introduce ourselves and just tell you a little bit about us, because I know the team's wider than just our 2 teams here. And then I'm going to kick off the training. Thank you for that intro. I have Brett Parks is sponsored by Laura Popham Ross, isn't he, Zoe?
No, he's in her downline.
I was in her downline.
Yeah.
And she talked a lot about him when I was at Green Bay last year with her. And in fact, I've got his book. I haven't actually got around to reading it because I was still reading On Fire. The guy who's coming to speak at John O'Leary at Vegas. But yeah, he sounds like a really interesting chap. So I'm Alison. I've been in Arbonne for nearly 4 years, and I'm an area manager. And I joined Arbonne as part of another business. I ran a design business, which I absolutely loved. But I realised that the design business only gave me so much time freedom, and I was looking for that second income that would give me time freedom alongside my daughter, who was at the high school at the time. And actually that's exactly what Arbonne has given me. So last year I took the decision to give up my design business and just concentrate on Arbonne full time. So for me it really has been a completely change of career. I knew nothing about skincare, hair care, makeup, nutrition when I started. I knew something about nutrition, but skincare, hair care, makeup were completely new to me when I started the business. So it has been a really interesting learning curve, but something that I've really embraced and I absolutely love. Emma's story is slightly different, especially because she's got much younger children. So I'll hand over to Emma just to tell a little bit about you, Emma.
Okay, hi everybody. So I'm Emma. I've been in Arbonne for almost 3 years. So yeah, Alison's absolutely right. I have 3 younger children, so they're only 6, 3 and 1. So I am a stay-at-home mum. But of course, because I do my Arbonne business, I'm a work-at-home mum. I did used to work in a special needs school. With the cost of childcare and wanting to have our 3rd child, it just wasn't going to be doable, basically. So I was quite happy that I was able to replace my income from working as a teaching assistant. So then I was then able to stay at home with the children and not worry about the childcare fees. Yeah, so shall we crack on?
Yeah, let's crack on. So our title leads on from Holly and Kerry's phenomenal training last week, which we thought was great. It really set us up to sort of go through the year. And we thought, so leading on from what they trained last week, and there's a recording of it if you haven't watched it, so go back and watch, we would talk about goal setting. Because we all come into Arbonne with an idea of where we'd like to be in a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year's time. And often you get asked when you're first having a coffee date with somebody, one of my questions that I'll always ask somebody is, what would you need to earn to make doing Arbonne worth your while? And they'll give me a figure. So sometimes it's, actually I'd be really happy with £100 a month. Sometimes I'd like £500 a month. I'd like £1,000 a month, whatever. So that really is their goal to achieve. And then I'll ask them, how many hours a week would they have to do that? So they might say, I've got a couple of hours a week. I've got 5 hours a week. I could find 20 hours a week. Fantastic. And I'd say, over what period of time would you be willing to work for those 2, 5, 20 hours a week in order to be earning that 100, 200, 500,000 pounds a month? And that, in a sense, is them pulling together for themselves a small idea of what a goal is. So what we're going to teach you is actually how we make some of those thoughts around what you want in your life come to a goal that actually is realizable. So for me, if you've just got a wish, something you want to do, unless you write it down and give it a deadline, it is just a wish, it's just a dream. So what goals are dreams with deadlines. So you might start writing down, I'd like to earn £500 a month by the end of June, working my Arbonne business 10 hours a week. And it's quite specific, because if at the end of June you're earning £500 and you're working for 10 or more hours a week, you've hit that goal. Whereas if you said something a bit wishy-washy, like, I'd like to be financially better off by June in my Arbonne business. Well, actually, you could find £50 in the street and be financially better off. Your child could give you their pocket money for the week and be financially better off. So it's about making it quite specific. So if you can give it that goal that then works for you, then where you're heading. And I think what Zoe said about having a 90-day plan is really, really key. Because if you can have a goal every month, and then every 3 months, so every quarter, and then for the end of the year, then actually you know where you're heading. So perhaps have a think now, what would you like to have achieved by the end of January? So that would be our very, very short-term goal. We've got another couple of weeks. And then what would you like to have achieved by the end of this next 90 days? So February, March, middle of April. Where would you like to be? What would your goal like to be? And if you can think about where that is, then we need to think about whether that becomes a commit goal, something you're absolutely going to do, or a stretch goal. And this comes back to something that Donna Johnson teaches around have a commit goal is that's the goal that no matter what, I'm going to hit. And then your stretch goal can be a little bit beyond that. So actually it's something that if I really hit that, I'd be so pleased with myself, you know, and I'd really go out and have a big celebration. And then what we need to look at is how we ensure we reach those goals. So if your goal is over the next month to maybe go into district manager qualification, if you've just got 100 QV in your pot at the moment and you need 1,000 QV to go into district manager qualification, then you know you've got a gap of 900 QV. So what are you going to do to get there? And that then comes into how much activity you're going to do. So you need to look at the level of activity you're doing. So from our trackers, look at how much activity you're doing and decide whether you're walking, you're jogging, or you're running. So if your goal is to do 1,000 QV in the next 2 weeks, but you're walking, you're really just doing, you know, one presentation, one-to-one, just asking one person every week if they will take a look at Arbonne, then it's probably not possible that you're going to hit that goal. Whereas if you're jogging, you may be doing 3 to 5 things every week, or if you're running, you're doing more than that, then it's absolutely possible. So you need to look at where your goal is and where your level of activity is in order to hit that. And then some of the things that we know hold us back are things like our beliefs and our beliefs in our skill level, our desire, whether we really, really want this, whether we believe the industry works, whether we believe in ourselves and our activity. So I'm going to hand over to Emma to talk about this area of it.
Okay, so there's a few different things that you need to consider with setting up your goals. And just before I go on to that, I'll just show you, if I can switch the camera. So this document here is mapping your route. So this is the goal setting document that Donna Johnson uses. So as Alison was saying about using a commit goal and a stretch goal, so you commit to one goal. So this is the goal that you absolutely have to hit. But actually, you want to stretch yourself a little bit further as well. So have a stretch goal as well. So it may be that you absolutely have to go into district manager qualification, which of course is 1,000 PQV, but you'd love to stretch that and be more of a comfortable district manager qualification at say 1,500. So that it's easier for you next month. So that would be your commit goal and your stretch goal. So as on the document, it says, is there a leak in your pipeline? So the bit that we'll talk about first is in your belief. So let me just switch the camera around. So you have to look at the last month, for instance. So because we're mid-month, we'll say, let's look at the first 2 weeks of the month and have you achieved your goal so far? And if not, then why not? Is it down to your belief? So it's a case of asking yourself some questions to see what went wrong and what went right. So you can say to your right, what went well last month? Let's change to speaker view. What's that now? Am I back on speaker view? Sorry, that
not for you, Emma. It's just for somebody else.
Okay, that's like,
yeah, you're fine.
I'm fine. Okay. Yeah. So you can ask yourself some questions. So about your belief, do you have the belief within Arbonne products? If not, are you using all of the products? Are you using absolutely everything that you should be using? You can't sell a product that you don't use. You know, we need to be passionate and feel passionate about these products, and if you are using it, you're more genuine in the way that you're trying to sell the products. It's more of a recommendation. So you've got your belief in your product, you've also got belief in Arbonne as an opportunity. So do you believe in the business model? Do you believe it is doable? If not, then is it that you don't believe in yourself, or you don't believe it as a whole? You need to be following more regional vice presidents and national vice presidents on Facebook if you don't believe it works for real. I'm sure that you all know that Arbonne does work. But do you believe that it can work for you? And if not, what can you do to grow your belief? So there's a few different things you can consider. We have what's called an EOA, which is an eye on Arbonne. And so we recommend that you read one of those per day. And this will help you to believe that you can do it. There's lots of different stories of people going from nothing to MVP. And when you find one that you can relate to, it starts to make it easier for you to believe that you can do it. You also need to be working on your personal development. Excuse me while I let the dog out. It's crying around me. So you also need to be working on your personal development. So reading lots of books and listening to lots of audios about your belief and also your self-belief. So one of the other leaks in the pipeline is desire. So Alison, shall I hand over to you to talk about desire?
Thank you. And I'll just cover something that Emma said. One of the things about belief is often it's what's gone on in our past that stops our belief. And the course that Keith Coachner is coming to do on the 10th of March up in Kettering Park covers exactly that. We did a coaching call on it yesterday, and one of his team was talking about often we have something in our past that holds us back. And it's the story that we put to whatever happened to us. So it could be that, you know, you were brought up in a home where, you know, you were always told that money was a struggle, that you couldn't afford things. And therefore your belief is that you will always struggle with money. And that actually is just a story we tell ourselves. And what Keith is really adept at doing is taking those stories that we have in our past and helping you to rewrite that story, so that by the afternoon session, you are ready to completely walk into your brilliance, because you've rewritten that story that was going on in your past into a positive story for the future. And he says, don't let your good life get in the way of your great life. So often we go through life thinking, well, actually, this is all I deserve. But actually, why shouldn't we have more than that? Why shouldn't we have just so much more? And that comes down to desire. So often we limit the things that we desire because in our own head, we just don't think we're worth it. But if you turn this business around and don't make it about you and what you're worth, but make it about what you can give to other people, then that desire can be as huge as you want it to be. Because who's to say you can't earn £50,000 a month and actually live on 20% of it and give the other 80% away? You know, then it doesn't matter that actually you were brought up poor and you've got 50,000 a month, because actually what you're doing with it is so much good. And that's about the desire both to help you in your life and to help others. And I think we all know that we'll do far more for other people than we ever do for ourselves. So when you turn that around and not make it about you, it's much easier to actually get the things that you want in life. Because as, who is it that says, you can have, if you help enough people get what they want, Zig Ziglar, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Because that's just the law. That's how the law of attraction, the law of averages works. So that's about having that desire to do more, to be more, to have more. Then I think the third thing that holds us back is either skills 3 and activity 4. I forget which way round we're going to do them, Emma. Do you mind which one you do?
I don't mind.
Okay. So probably then if I do skills next. So for me, skills is about learning those Go Pro skills. The things that Eric Worre in his book Go Pro actually helps us to really make us successful. So in Arbonne, in network marketing generally, there are not that many skills you need to know. And over time, they don't change. You don't have to keep learning new skills. It's not like brain surgery. So, you know, there's some core things that you need to understand how to do. And it's about inviting people. So how do you invite somebody to have a look at the opportunity that you've got, to take a look at your business, to look at having a one-to-one with you? And there's so many tools out there to help you do this. We've been doing some scheduling on Facebook, on Messenger, just on texting people, just to ask them to have a look at your amazing business. Then, so the skill of inviting is key, because if you're not putting this business in front of people, it's hard for them to know what you're up to. So think about how many people have you asked last week, and how many people would you like to have a look at the business? And over time, the more people we ask, the more people will say yes, because we'll just get better at asking, and it gets much, much more comfortable. But again, if you don't make it about you, you make it about them, about how you can help them with this business, it's a much easier ask anyway. Then there's the skill of inviting people to come to events, to trainings, to being on the calls like this, to go into AAC, to coming to Vegas with us. And those big events are the things that change people's minds, because you get that whole aspect of social responsibility. So when there's a whole group of you doing Arbonne together, it's quite hard to go, well, they're all mad. Whereas when it's just you and your best friend, it's quite easy for them to go, actually, I think you're mad. When it's lots of people, it's much easier for them to go, oh, I see how this works. And Emma's absolutely right. If you start reading the Eye on Arbonne stories, it's hard to say that this doesn't work when you've read how it's changed people's lives. So what other skills do we think we need to have? You need obviously to be able to present the Discover Arbonne presentation and to share the products. And there's some great trainings around how to do that. And then once you've done all that, you need to be able to follow up with people. And that's about how you keep the process quite professional and go back and make sure that they understand that this is a business. If you've lent them products, you want your products back, and you want their feedback on what they loved best and whether they would like to join the business or buy the product. And just be very open about it. You know, I need to get back together with you. I can pick up my products and also understand from you whether you think this is a great fit for you personally in your business life, or whether you just like to be a great customer. And understand then that actually that's a business transaction. And that's, you know, they're going to say yes or no on the business level. They're not saying yes or no to you. So shall I hand over back to you to do activity, Emma?
Yeah. So your activity, I think majority of us in this group are using the activity tracker, and most of us absolutely love it and think it's completely changed our businesses, because it means that we can actually track what we're doing. And sometimes with Arbonne, you kind of feel like you're working and actually you're not. So to do your Arbonne business, it does mean we have to do a lot of socialising. We have to network, one with each other as a team, and then also meeting new people. You can spend a lot of time trying to meet new people, but never actually doing Arbonne with them. We can also spend a lot of time as a team learning and doing all the trainings, but all that makes you is a professional meeting goer. So you need to concentrate on the actual income producing activity. So this is things like the skills basically that Alison was just talking about. So things like, how many people have you invited to look at the Arbonne opportunity? How many people have you invited to try some Arbonne products? How many people have you followed up with today? How many new people have you met or connected with on social media? So when you start to track your income producing activity, now your other activity is also very important, because obviously that helps your belief and your desire. So all you reading your EIAs and obviously your skills. The other thing on the tracker is about checking the source every day. So that again, it comes down to your skill, because you're learning things about the products all the time. So when you want to, in terms of writing your goals with your activity, you need to be thinking, right, I am going to sign up ... new consultants with 150 PQV this month. So say you want to sign up 5 new consultants, you need to then think about your goals. Right, where am I going to get these new consultants from? They're not just kind of going to come out of nowhere. So this is where you think, right, to get these new consultants, I'm going to invite 2 people a day. So that's 12 people to 14 people a week, depending on if you have a day off or not, to look at the Arbonne opportunity. Then each month you look back on what went well. So let's say you did invite 12 people a week to look at your Arbonne opportunity, and of those 12, nobody joined. So what went well? You asked lots of people. What went wrong? Maybe we need to work on presenting the DA. Maybe we need to work on something else. So every month you need to be looking back and figuring out what skill it is, or what part of your activity that needs working on. So another one might be, I want 5 new preferred clients this month. Where am I going to get 5 new preferred clients from? Okay, let's do 5 parties this month, 1 every weekend, and we'll throw in an extra one at the end of the month just for good luck. So at the end of the month, when you get to, okay, I did my 5 parties, I did really well, but I didn't sign anybody up, then we need to look back again at the skill and the activity. And is it your closing that needs working on? You were brilliant at the parties and you sold it all to them, but you just couldn't close the deal. So if you're always reevaluating your goals, then we know what to work on and what to make our goals for the next month. Again, if you, depending on how you want to work your business, you may not want to be doing parties, but want to be doing lots of one-to-ones, doing makeup, and you may be finding that you're doing product drops and they're all loving their products that they're trying, but you're failing again to close it. So is that on your follow-up? Is it your follow-up that you need to work on? So each month you should be able to see where in your activity you've done well, but what results haven't come about. And so is that a result of your activity, or is that a result of your skill? And each month, if you're always reevaluating, then you can always overcome those new skills and up your activity to hit the goals that you want. Did you have anything to add on to that?
No, brilliant, Emma. Yeah. So for the end of January, if you haven't already written a goal for January, it's worth thinking now, where would you like to be at the end of January? What would you like to have achieved in your business? And often you want goals that aren't just business related. You know, you might have a health goal for January because we've been doing the detox. You might have a fitness goal. You might have a home life goal. You know, you might want to spend more time with your husband or your kids or whatever. But write those goals down, and then do exactly what we've suggested and track them each month, and look at the end of the month and see where you are. But then also now write that goal for where you'd like to be middle of April, end of April. So at the end of this first quarter of the year, so that actually you know that you're on track for where you want to be at the end of the year. And by writing those goals down now, and perhaps even creating a vision board for what the end of the year looks like for you, you've got far more likelihood of achieving them, because you've got something to go for. And we all know that what we think about, we bring about. So when we're thinking about a positive goal and we're repeating it to ourselves daily as an affirmation, then we've got much more likelihood of actually hitting it. And I know Zoe put out to the group just recently one of the goal setting videos that I forget his name, Joe Rosenthal does, and that's a great tool really to actually keep us on track, because what you do is you repeat that goal every day in blocks of 5. So 5 times 20, 5 fives are 25. So you keep constantly repeating it. So then it just keeps it in the forefront of your mind. And then your brain just clicks into things like opportunities and people that actually can help you achieve that goal. You're then much, much more likely to achieve it. So I hope Emma hasn't just broken her phone. No, she's still there. So that's it from me. Emma, did you want to round off in terms of people writing their goals? Emma, I can't hear you.
Oh, I muted myself. Yeah, so write your goals down and read them every single day, because we can have our goals at the beginning of the month, and it's all right, you know, setting them out and writing them out and doing it all neat and like, yes, I'm going to go and do this. And then the weekend gets here and we don't even look at it and we forget that we even do an Arbonne business. So if we're reading our goals every single day, it's keeping us focused. And actually every single day you need to be reevaluating, right, what did I do yesterday? What do I need to do today? And always tracking your activity and keeping in tow with your goals. So yeah.
Brilliant. Well, that's it from us, guys. So go and have a fantastic end to the month, a great week ahead, and we'll see you all on the call next week. Back to you, Zoe.
Thank you.
I can't unmute now. Awesome. Thank you both. That was amazing. And I will share that goal setting form that Emma showed us. It's a really good coaching tool, almost, where it takes you through the pipeline, where the leaks are in your pipeline. So it's a really great tool to have, especially as you're building a team, to coach yourself and your team. And yeah, awesome. Thank you both. Brilliant. And I thought what I've missed off the housekeeping is a flash buy tomorrow. Whoop, whoop. So flash buy day tomorrow. So for new consultants who haven't experienced a flash buy, it usually happens once a month, but sometimes they keep us on our toes. And we get notified the day before, so the email's gone out today. So tomorrow's flash buy is if you place an order of £200 or more tomorrow. So this is the money that's gone through the till, including delivery and everything else. So £200. It can be anything ordered, samples, whatever. So this is after discount, what's spent on one bank card at the till. Then they throw in for free, and you don't need to add this. It goes into your order automatically. So tomorrow's, it's a free Long Story mascara, eye makeup primer, the RE9 eye cream, RE9 regenerating toner, and an RE9 night repair cream. So I think that's an incredible deal tomorrow. So you're getting, if you're needing to build your RE9 set, you could get the other bits, and then in the flash buy, they're putting the 3 other products in for free. So yeah, great deal tomorrow. It needs to be, say, on one card. You can accumulate orders, but the order needs to be paid for on one card to qualify for the flash buy. So that's happening tomorrow. And what else did I put? Oh, Glasgow. So lots of you are already on it with Glasgow. There's John. Hi, John. Obviously, our Arbonne annual UK conference is in September. And I haven't put much thought into this because Vegas is first. There's a lot of things going on, but many of you have booked hotel rooms. So you guys have all sent the hotel room prices up and been organised. And so we've been looking at different options. I know Laura's booked. I think a few of your guys are in Premier Inn, the hotel which is really close to the conference centre. I've booked a couple of Airbnb houses which we've filled with the team. So that is an option. So I think, Emma, you're doing that with some of your team. So there's lots of Airbnb properties because you're in a city in Glasgow, and they're coming up at like £25, £30 a night per head-ish. So that's options available. But I think the closer we get to the conference, the prices will go up and up for hotel rooms. So it's something you can get done now. Conference tickets won't go on sale to June. This is our big UK training conference, 10th year anniversary this year. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, just if you're not sure about what I'm talking about, just ask somebody. And nearer the time, what we can do is create a Facebook group of everyone that's got tickets and are going, and we can organise car lifts and shares and things like that. So we reckon if we can get 5 in each car going up, then it's easier than flying, basically. So things are kind of bouncing around about Glasgow already, which is really exciting. So there we go. I think that's everything from me. Awesome. Yeah, everyone's excited about Glasgow. Can't wait. Vegas first, or Arizona before that. Lots of excitement this year. So brilliant. Thank you everyone for being on the call this evening and being committed to your business. I'll share Brett Parks' call for next week as well, and we have our normal 9:30 call which will be posted. So brilliant. Thank you everybody. Thank you for training, guys, and have a great week, and we'll see you all soon. Night everybody. Bye.